I'd like to call the meeting to order. Welcome, everyone. Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertising such notice in the Home News Tribune, the Asbury Park Press, the Board Office, the schools, and on Cablevision Channel 118 and Verizon Fios Channel 24, and by filing such notice with the Township Clerk. This meeting was scheduled for Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. The board will take formal action on payment of bills and other agenda items. Mr. Wydell?
The Old Bridge Township Board of Education acknowledges that the law of the state establishes that members of the public, including members of the board, have the right to record public board meetings using audio or video recording devices, provided that the act or recording does not interfere with the business of this public board meeting. Therefore, the board makes it known that any such recording is to be considered the private recording of the individual and in no manner represents the official record of this board. The board therefore takes no responsibility for such private recording and completely disavows any future use.
Roll call.
Ms. D'Antuno?
Here.
Mr. Dunn? Is absent. Ms. Jodry?
Here.
Ms. Mazzone?
Here.
Ms. Richards-Patterson?
Here.
Mr. Slade?
Here.
Mr. Solikowski?
Here.
Mr. Venkatesan? Is absent. And Ms. Francisco?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, would anyone like to read the Code of Ethics next week?
I'll do it.
All right, thank you. Okay, approval of minutes will be next week. Our student representative report will be for next week. Also recognition. Is there someone that would like to cover recognition next week? You doing it? Okay, Christina will do that. Thank you. Dr. Sasso, do you have anything for us?
Nothing tonight, but we will have something on Tuesday to recognize this is Board Appreciation Month, and so we'll do something nice next Tuesday.
Great, thank you. Okay, any progress towards goals or correspondence?
No correspondence for tonight, but do you have any progress towards goals or? No, nothing.
Okay. Any special committee reports for tonight, or just maybe next week? Okay. All right, now we will have hearing of the residents on agenda items only. Okay, seeing none. Moving on to policy. On the agenda, it is blank for policy. However, I would like to make a motion to revise bylaw 0155. Board members, you did receive that and have it also, so just for the public. So this is the policy that governs our board committees. So oftentimes when we have a reorganization meeting, the president, the board has some different visions for the committee structure. So we are looking to change some of the committees around, kind of streamline them to be more effective, efficient, inclusive. So I would like to make a motion for a first reading of these, the committee structure this evening. So I think I need a second.
All right, we have a motion by Ms. Francisco. Do we have a second?
Ms. Owen will second.
And we do an all in favor, Mr. Parton?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right. So we have a motion by Ms. Francisco, seconded by Ms. Mazzone, and an all in favor vote from the board for a first reading of policy, revisions to policy 0155 for board committees, and we'll have a second reading next week.
Okay, is there any further discussion of this policy from the board members?
I think the one concern I had with this, and not that it's against it, but with student services having curriculum, special services, student life, which is then athletics and what used to be DEI, that can be a lot at one meeting, and I'm just worried the length of that meeting.
Right, so we did talk about that, and because for the rest of the year, I believe we have set aside quite a few meeting dates. So we're going to take a look at those, obviously, once, this goes through, and it goes through its second reading, and then we can decide how we want to handle that moving forward. In other words, let's say we have curriculum already set up for every single month. Perhaps we talk about curriculum at one of those meetings. Perhaps we talk about special service concepts for another one of those meetings. Perhaps we keep some of the dates we have for those original committee meetings, so we can, as a board, decide how we want to move forward. But the idea is to make sure that we are using the community's time, our time effectively, and that our meetings just are deeper and are more collaborative in hopes of, kind of streamlining everything.
So with that, then, if, say, meeting, 3 days from now is a curriculum meeting, because it's under the student services, does that mean other topics can be introduced, or it's just going to be curriculum?
No, absolutely. Other topics can always be introduced. And sometimes there isn't something to discuss on one particular topic,
Absolutely.
formally anyway.
Yeah,
But yeah,
no,
of course.
I don't disagree with it. That was just, when I look at all that could
I agree with you.
encompass a full meeting, or if like there's multiple topics.
Yep.
Just, again, everyone's time.
Yep, no, I agree. Thank you. Anyone else?
I just had a question. Negotiations, are we negotiating this year for?
No, you
No.
have no collective bargaining this
Right.
year.
So do we need to form a committee, or just,
The
we have to
committee-
have
The
one?
committee will still exist, because if something happens, not that I'm encouraging anything to happen, but if it does, it would be good to have a committee in
Sure.
place.
Okay.
Okay, and then just something else too for committees, and we can talk about this moving forward as well. We're going to, make sure, kind of to Jen's point, that we have a very set agenda so that it's clear on what's going to be discussed. Obviously, you can bring up anything that falls under that category, but we're going to make sure that we have an agenda and a flyer out at minimum a week before, so that the community can be aware of what's coming up and set aside those dates, hopefully. All right, let's see. Any other discussion?
I have a question.
Yep.
I just wanted to, I know we talk behind the scenes, but I just, for the public's sake, wanted to talk about the finance meetings, because they've been canceled a couple times, and we had a really good turnout at the one. And again, I know there's a reason for it, but I just was hoping that somebody could elaborate for the public why it's on hold for right now.
Sure. So originally, early in the year, we had decided, we met as a board or administrative team and our president and vice president, and we just set all committee meeting dates on the calendar. So at the time, we knew long-term strategic planning, finance was important. We wanted to make sure there was at least a placeholder for a meeting every month on the calendar. So that's when that was originally scheduled. So as we got into our actual meetings and started talking about topics, I think what we learned is the work ahead, and specifically on the strategic planning meeting. It's a lot of work, but there's a lot that goes into each meeting. So our last public meeting we had, we did a nice activity where I think it was a very good an activity, and there was a lot of progress from there. We then felt as a board that our next meeting, being public, if we didn't really have anything concrete to bring, we didn't want anyone just sitting there wasting time, as Ms. Francisco just said, or twiddling their thumbs. So we decided to make the December 12th meeting a committee, I believe it was December 12th, a committee of the whole executive session, where we had, as a board, met with Pret Somjan, and we had some, what I think is a very productive, long conversation, couple hours worth of, not only financial impacts, but the status of long-term strategic planning and how it'll play out, not only for the budget, but in the grand scheme of potentially redistricting or repurposing of schools. So we ended that December meeting giving Pret Somjan an assignment and activity to kind of dive into and bring back some results for the board to kind of go through and review and kind of have further discussion. So that would be coming on the February 3rd meeting. I believe on the January 8th meeting, we did end up canceling just because of the quick turnaround from after the holidays. Pret Somjan did need some more time to go through their activity. And I think we didn't want to bring anything that wasn't ready to the community. So we said, all right, let's hold off on January 8th. At that time, we had February 5th on the calendar. There was some discrepancy, so we moved it to February 3rd. So as of right now, February 3rd is a committee of the whole, strategic planning, finance meeting, again, executive session only for the board, but what they're going to do is Press Amgen's going to come bring back their activity, and we're going to start really talking about our 26, 27 budget. So at the end of this week, we're having one of the most important meetings as an admin team. We go through our position control roster, and as we know, salaries and benefits is about 75% of our budget. So we're going to go through with a fine-tooth comb, reviewing our position control roster as an admin team to get that all into the budget. And then from the difference of the January 16th date, which I think is Friday, to February 3rd, I'll have some additional budget work done. And most importantly, I would want to share to the community is planned for the end of this month, just again as an admin team, but we're bringing, for the first time ever, probably in years, and Dr. Sasso off to my left, as a principal can probably speak to it, we're going to have principals come, have the opportunity to speak one-on-one with the admin team, as well as supervisors, directors. They all are getting a 20-minute window, 30-minute window to speak one-on-one with the administrative team to really go through their budget requests and what they have. So we're going to take those two admin meetings and have a lot of more information to then have a executive session committee, the whole meeting on February 3rd, and then somewhere in between February 3rd and March, which our tentative budget is due, we're going to have a couple meetings and specifically looking to schedule one budget meeting for the community to kind of get a review and a presentation prior to our tentative budget adoption or approval in March. So that was a mouthful. I tried to keep it concise for Dr. Sasso, but that's hard for me to do sometimes. So
That was perfect, actually. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Wydell. Okay, moving on to curriculum and professional development. So can I please have a motion for item number 1?
Giantuno will move.
Second.
Ms. Owen will second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade,
Yes.
Mr. Solikowski.
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan is absent. Ms. D'Antuno.
Yes.
Mr. Dunn is absent. Ms. Chowdhury.
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone
Yes.
and Ms. Francisco.
Yes.
Resolution 1 for curriculum and professional development passes.
Any discussion for items 2 and 3 under curriculum and professional development? Okay. Finance. Can I have a motion for items 1 and 2?
Ms. Owen motion.
Richards Patterson will second.
Any discussion?
No, I just wanted to be clear so everyone knows that number 2 for the Carl D. Perkins Career and Technical Education Grant, that's just, we're approving just a submission of the application for the grant. It's a grant that we receive every year. Dr. Holger, am I right on that? We receive that every year, so this is just us approving the submission of that grant again.
Thank you, Christina. Roll call, please.
Mr. Slade,
Yes.
Mr. Solikowski,
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan is absent. Ms. D'Antuno.
Yes.
Mr. Dunn is absent. Ms. Chowdhury.
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone,
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Francisco.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 and 2 for finance passes.
Any discussion for items 3 through 12? Okay. Athletics. Can I please have a motion for items number 1 and 2?
D'Antuno will move.
Jody will second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Solikowski.
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan is absent, so we'll go to Ms. D'Antuno.
Yes.
Mr. Dunn is absent, so we'll go to Ms. Chowdhury.
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone,
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade,
Yes.
and Ms. Francisco.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 and 2 for athletics passes.
Non-certificated personnel office. Any discussion for item number 1? Non-certificated personnel operational. Any discussion for items 1 and 2? Non-certificated personnel other. Any discussion for items 1 through 3? Okay, certificated personnel. Can I please have a motion for items 1 and 2?
Ms.
Joji will
Owen.
move it.
Jodry on the move.
Ms. Owen will second.
Ms. Owen with the second.
Is there a discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Jodry.
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone.
Yes.
Ms. Richards Patterson.
Yes.
Mr. Slade.
Yes.
Mr. Solakowski.
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan is absent. We'll go to Ms. Dantuno.
Yes.
Mr. Dunn is not here. Ms. Francisco.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 and 2 for certificated personnel carries.
Any discussion for items 3 through 11? Non-certificated personnel transportation. Any discussion? Okay, transportation, items 1 through 3. Any discussion? Supplies, equipment, and services. Any discussion for items 1 and 2? One, 2, and 3. Mine only has 1 and 2. So 1, 2, and 3. Any discussion? All right, miscellaneous. Any discussion? Items 1 through 4. Okay, any discussion for board secretary and board business on the resolution presented here? Okay. All right, we will move to hearing of the residents on any school district issue. Oh, it's so quiet today, okay? Well, I know, I'll say that out loud, sorry. Rookie mistake. Forgive me, rookie mistake. Okay, anybody have old business? New business?
I have new business. I just wanted to mention that the Glass Slipper is happening again, and it operates entirely through donations of new or gently used formal attire. The program is open to anyone who may need assistance due to the high cost of prom or other formal events. Participation is not limited to Old Bridge residents. Members of the broader community are welcome, and there's no financial screening or eligibility requirement. Anyone in need may participate. The boutiques are set up in the GNC cafeteria, where participants can browse and try on clothing and select items in a welcoming environment. In addition to formal wear, we offer accessories that are no cost, and also are provided formal attire suitable for the 8th grade dances and other formal occasions. Sizes range from 0 to 24, and donations of formal attire are being accepted at the YMCA through the end of the month. And I have one more thing I wanted to say. I always like to bring up and share with everybody, people in our community that give back to the community, and I wanted to share a quick story about a story that really highlights the impact of Old Bridge schools. Recently, I was at physical therapy for my knee, and I met a physical therapist named Melissa Kramer. And in talking with her, I learned that she's an Old Bridge High School graduate. She graduated in the class of 2015. Alyssa went on to study at TCNJ and later earned her Doctor of Physical Therapy degree from Drexel University, and she now works right here in our community, providing physical therapy services to both adults and students. And she's incredibly professional, knowledgeable, and she really listens. Meeting Alyssa was a great reminder of the impact of our schools and the impact that they have long after graduation, and she represents everything Old Bridge is proud of. So I just wanted to bring up that story and highlight her, and stories like this are sometimes why we have to make difficult decisions, but in the end, it's always about Old Bridge students. So I just wanted to share that about Alyssa with everybody.
I just wanted to remind everybody that Thursday at 6:30 at Shepherd School, SEPTA will be hosting their second meeting, right, Elena? Second? Third? Third meeting. So yeah, that's 6:30 on Thursday at Shepherd.
The band program, I think it's the Winter Percussion, is doing I think it's a competition February 7th. They're looking for some student volunteers who might need service hours to help with helping the other bands and kids around the school. They're also looking for some bakers in town that could help bake some items for their bake sale. So if that's something that you are able to do for February 7th, please reach out to the Band Parents Association. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you
Oh,
all.
one
for-
more
Yeah,
thing.
go ahead.
Thank you, Elena, for the ornaments.
You're welcome. It's a little late, but better late than never. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for sharing all of that. And can I have a motion to go into closed executive session?
Ms. Owen, motion?
Anybody second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, what? All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? We're going into exec. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Appreciate it. Board